Now, most of you already know that load shedding is one of the things that not only is it having an impact on small businesses, but even big businesses are saying or are putting it out there that they are being impacted, or production in their businesses is also being impacted by load shedding. I mean, last year we spoke of course, big companies like Sibanye Stillwater, who said that because of this load shedding, they might have to cut their production, which is something that is not good at all. Now, just yesterday I read an article coming from the Reserve Bank indicating that load shedding might be costing South Africa up to 899 million per day. If you are to add that or multiply that with the 5 working days, it gets to roughly around 4.5 billion rands. So in a week, load shedding is costing South Africa up to 4.5 billion rands per week, which is something that must just show you that this load shedding, it is really hurting our economy. This is something that we are continuing to see load shedding doing into our economy. And the article that of course we covered sometime last year, that article indicated that due to load shedding, South Africa could even end up losing 4 billion rands per day due to this load shedding, which again must just show you that of course the impact that this load shedding is having to not only of course businesses but to our economy as well, it's very massive. I mean, yes, we've seen those small business owners to medium business owners really complaining about this load shedding, but even big businesses, we have seen a couple of big businesses indicating or showing that because of load shedding they are losing in terms of production when it comes to their businesses, which is something that obviously it does affect or has an impact to you and me, the retail investors who invest into companies publicly listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Because a company like Sibanye Stillwater, we all know that obviously I personally own this company, or I have got holdings onto this company. So getting to hear Sibanye Stillwater complaining about load shedding, it made me really to be sad, because I own this company and I believe in its future prospects and its fundamentals. But to know that load shedding is having an impact onto a company which I own or I partly own, it really hurts me, because I want this company to do well and I want to see gains. I want to see more dividends coming from this company. To hear that, or to get to hear that there is an impact or there is a huge impact that load shedding can bring, or it's bringing to the companies which I invest in, is a concern. And I would really like, of course, the government or the local governments to make sure that they prioritize this load shedding and make sure that it fades away, as it is not harming, of course, small businesses to big businesses, but it is also hurting our economy, which again it's hurting the retail investors who, or us local retail investors who are investing into the companies which are publicly listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Now, before we forget the house rules, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a profit and financial advice video. Now, I really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about load shedding and how it impacts not only the consumers or the small businesses to big businesses, but it also how it also impacts us as retail investors investing in the stock market. So if you really like this content, please, I would really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button, as it helps with YouTube's algorithm. Now, as I've said, South Africa, it is currently losing up to 899 million per day on load shedding. This is something that is not good at all. Obviously, the article reads as seen on screen that 899 million, it's the, of course, the upper limit of how much South Africa is losing, which with the lower limit being 204 million rands per day. So load shedding as it stands is currently losing between 204 and 899 million rands per day, which, like I said, it is not only a concern to consumers, small businesses to large businesses, but it is also a concern to me also as a retail investor, because the companies which I definitely invest in the stock market are also feeling the heat due to this load shedding. I mean, just yesterday I read another article which indicated that SARS, ladies and gents, is having an impact, or it is getting an impact from this load shedding when it comes to collecting their revenue, which is something that it is not good. I mean, if SARS is not collecting enough revenue or won't be able to collect enough revenue due to this load shedding, you must understand the kind of a problem we have, because you'll know that obviously the revenue that is collected by SARS, the government use it to pay our, of course, national debt, and if it does not collect enough, then we won't be able to service our debt or our national debt, which is something that is not good at all. This puts South Africa at a very bad state, because if we are not able to pay our debts, then obviously we are going to be put into countries which, of course, cannot be able to borrow money because they cannot pay back their debt, which won't allow us to grow as a country, or which won't allow our economy to grow. So this is something that is not good at all. Load shedding is one of the concerns that, like I said, I believe that we need, or the SA government needs to seriously intervene and make sure that they do whatever it can to make this load shedding to fade away, because it is not only harming the consumers to businesses, but it is also having a huge impact into our economy. And if our economy is being impacted by this, the future of our economy then won't be that good, which means that it won't be fruitful for us to continue investing into a country where, of course, we know that the economy continues, or it is shrinking in terms of growing and expanding. So yes, load shedding, it is a concern, and as a retail investor, you should monitor this load shedding issue, as somewhere, somehow, it does have an impact on the companies that you are investing in, which are publicly listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just give you this quick updates about the things which I read about yesterday concerning load shedding and how it is hurting the economy. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that likes button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And it is important that before you load the boat, increase your holdings, or buy stocks, or invest in whatever you are investing, you check, of course, or you monitor how the economy it is doing before you buy assets, because you might find that the time that you are thinking of buying those assets, it might not be the good time for you to do so due to the current economic conditions. So it is important that you monitor, or you do due diligence, or not just only on the assets that you want to buy, but you also do due diligence on the economy, as to does the economy or current economic conditions allow you to go for such assets. Then you will be able to make a precise decision. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.